on, guys? Welcome to Big Beard and Friends, episode 137. 137! That's right, 137. Look, thank you. Tonight, before I even start, I want to say that if you are going through hard times, and I say this every week because some people it's new to hear, sorrows, struggle, strife, well, tonight, stay tuned and watch because it will get better, but I want to talk about that a little bit. Some people are. What we're going to talk about tonight, two different things, but one of them is depression and respect. And just for the record, over the next couple episodes, every now and then, I don't know how long I'm going to keep it going, but I'm going to let the followers choose the topics. And these are some of the topics that stood out to me. I have several topics that people were talking about, some being funny, some just throwing them out there. But I had noticed, and even when I talked to people in person, that a lot of them was exactly this right here, and it was depression and respect. On to sum it up in just words. So I like that. I usually do 3 topics, but tonight I want to say that. But real quick, it will get better. We all are going through something. Trust me. Some of us just wear it better. The guise of a smile. There's a song about it. Write me. I'll tell you about this song. It's really cool. It's Bone Thugs and Harmony's song. I'll talk about it. But anyway, we all are going through something, and it is the simple fact that to think that you're doing things alone, don't. Now, certain things you may call my bluff on and say, well, I am this alone. I always disagree. I always think there's one person. And maybe there's not. But I'm always confident there's one because I'm like, I'm one of them. Call me. I don't have to know you. I can talk to you. I will talk to you. And people go, well, I call you. Here's the thing. If you ever call me and I don't answer your phone, I have a new phone now. I tried to reach out to, I don't know, several people that used to be in my phone. I won't name your names. And I'm like, I don't know if they're just not answering or they don't know who I am or I don't have me in their phone. But there's a number that calls me every now and then, and it may be a telemarketer, it may be a BS call, but leave a message. I believe I'm like, this is Big Beard, leave a message, you know what to do, whatever. But I'm not going to call a number back. I will not call one back if I don't know who it is, and I'm not going to answer if you don't come up. So if you're calling me from somewhere else or a different phone or a different something, leave your name. And as far as people going, well, you should know by the phone area code, or you should know by the, I don't, okay? I don't pay that much attention on the phone. So if you're not texting me or talking to me, I'm probably not like in tune with a lot of things like you think. We'll talk all about it. But if you're calling me is what I'm basing this on. Just real quick, inserting this. If you're calling me from a number or think I need to talk to you or you need to talk to me, leave a message. I will probably call you back. I'm not going to answer numbers. I don't answer numbers. I've learned a lesson a long time ago, and that's a whole different story. Anyway, tonight, we're going to talk about depression and respect, as I said. So, thank you once again for giving me the topics, giving me some feedback. The people that are growing every week, I have at least like 2 followers. I think one week had like 100 and something. It was weird. But that only happened very short. Anyway, let's go ahead and just jump right into this because I think some people really want to know. And I'm basing this stuff that I find on the internet or I found on Google or that I read. So if I have to source it out and tell people where it came from or whatever, that's where you can start. But nonetheless, depression. I think that is a good topic to talk about. Somebody had wrote me, a good friend of mine had wrote and said, you should talk about depression. It is the season. 'Tis the season. And I'm like, they're right. What's the number one cause of depression? I think a lot of people want to know that. Some people think they know. Some people are like, I'm never depressed. I myself Never really gave it thought. I used to be like, I think depression is bull, or I think, but I got older and I realized that, we all go through life different. So no matter what you go through, what is that number one cause of depression? There's no single cause of depression. That's the thing. It can occur for varieties of reasons. I mean, different triggers. Some people, it's a setting, a stressful life event. Some is a bereavement that they've had in their life. Illness, redundancy, job, money, worries. We can keep it going. It's just they can be different causes. And they can trigger it. I'm learning that like I said, I'm learning that you can't just go, you can't go through life and think that problems are not going to be had. And if you never had a problem or had a issue with something or someone or a worriment or whatever you would like to call it, I don't know what to tell you. I always say people are lying if you've never been, you've never been in those situations. What are the main causes? What are the 4 main causes? And once again, I'm getting this online. The main causes? 4 main causes, they say, can be genetics, substance abuse, early childhood experiences, major life events. It can be immediate or prolonged. And when I'm reading that stuff and I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow. If this research is true and this stuff is right, that's what it is. Now, once again, if you've never been faced with things or don't know, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, or I don't know, I don't know. You don't have to know, okay? But there's people out there who know what I'm talking about. And some of you know this, even if you're my only viewer. Some of you watching, I say one, I think there's more. One person I know watching. This is meant for you. Yeah, it's you. It's you. I don't have to know you. You know it's you. Hell, I wouldn't have had to make this if it wasn't for somebody giving me a reason to make it, which was a topic. And once I saw the topic and I started thinking of people and thinking of this, I thought of this person, and I'm like, I ain't going to tell them, but I know that you're watching. I can dig that. Thank you. You want to know the symptoms of depression? You ever thought about that? People don't think there's symptoms. And now once again, I get this research online, and I often think, some of this is, hitting the nail on the head, so to speak, the bullseye. And my friends, especially, people that I know and I'm close to, snap out of it. Snap out of it. All of you, please. A period as a whole, but those who I know, I believe, are watching. Stop. And just because I don't enter your life more or around you more, to my brothers, I do care and I am watching. I'm here. Okay? I'm here. But they say that there's these 11 symptoms of depression, and I'm always like, okay, let me see what research says. And this one, I think, hits a lot of people. It's a constant low mood. It's a disinterest and avoidance of once enjoyed hobbies, like things that they used to do, people they used to do. When you're constantly in that low mood as well, and the disinterest, it goes, your concentration or your memory. And I'm not talking about getting older, and this is going to be any age depression, but the memory loss, not memory loss, but the trouble with concentration or memory is part of, you're letting this or other things that's depressing you get you down, so you don't have this. You have to worry, you have to worry, you have to worry, you have to worry. I don't know. That's what it is. It's not always, oh, he's ADD or they ADD. I don't believe in the alphabet syndrome. I believe that people are people, and people are overlooked because other people who are supposed to be smart don't take their time to want to help people that just can't do what they do or what you're supposed to do. So I will talk about that later. That's passionate. I don't believe in the alphabet syndrome, but at the same time, I'm not dogging anyone who has. I'm saying people are people. That is a misjudged concept, in my opinion, because how can you put a label on something you don't understand? They didn't understand it, so they grabbed it, put a meaning to it, defined it, and said, this is what we call it, because we don't know. That's just one thing we can talk about. Let's move on. The decreased self-care is another one. You're depressed, people don't care how they look, people don't care how they smell, people don't care. I'm not going to say I'm just saying this is what you read, what you go. I can get it. The health care, the self-care that you have is like, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. That's just what people do. People don't care when it comes to certain things. When you're depressed, you get in these moods, you get in these deep, deep, dark places. And sometimes you get so deep that one of the other symptoms is a physical pain in addition to health issues. You gotta understand there's different kinds. People don't. And unless you've never or ever, and may you never be in those situations, you don't know. You really don't. People can, that constant feeling pessimistic or hopeless or the increased irritability or anger, these are all symptoms. Now, just because you have these things, I don't reckon it means that you are depressed. Could it mean? Yeah, maybe. Am I a shrink or a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a doctor or a wizard? No. I just want people to feel and understand that, when people are telling you to talk about something, I ask, but when people are literally asking or saying, answering you, you start to realize, I know it did for me when I started saying, y'all give me a topic. Let me talk about something this week. Let me do something this week. And then I started seeing a pattern, and once again I'm like, it's real. Now, we all knew. We all know. Somebody, if you're not one, if you've never been depressed, 5 it up. Right there, you see that? It's high five, thanks. If you've never been depressed, you are awesome. Not even a little bit. Really? I don't buy it. Let's move on now. Depression is actually, it's a mood disorder that causes this persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. It's sad when people lose that loss of interest. Like it's also called different things. They have like these major, like the major depressive order, MDD. What else they call it? Clinical depression, I believe. It's also CD. I've heard it referred to. Now, I don't get deep in the doctors and stuff because I'm just telling you ones I've read and stuff that I've experienced and bring this all together to make the show. So I always repeat that. But it's weird how certain things are dead on. And once again, if it's not you, I guarantee you can name somebody. Even if it's stuff you keep to yourself. I'm not asking to go tell the world, but you can name somebody that has these symptoms, has these things going on. And if you have them all exactly, or know them, it's deep. I find myself, the more I go into this show and want to grow, the more I really want to touch on topics instead of just being like entertainment. Now I want to be like, all right, life lessons. What makes me a saint or a king of anything to tell anybody? Nothing. What gives me the credentials? Life. Wanting to do better. They say there's causes. I had read some sentences and causes, but when you have a childhood experience or life events or mental health issues, physical health, genetics, inheritance, they're even saying medication, drugs, alcohol, sleep, diet, exercise, all of that plays that factor. And I really do in my heart believe that people forget these things. People want to believe that at times they can do this or they can do that, and they want to be this and they want this to happen. And at the same time, what I'm getting at is it's real. There's postpartum depressions. It's stuff that occurs after childbirth. Like, there's things that I'm not gonna get into, everything. You can treat depressions. I won't get into, once again, everything, but there's medications and there's, therapies, and I feel one of the best ways is to talk to somebody. Somebody's like, well, it's easy for you. This is you. You never shut up. Thanks for the jokes, but look on the bright side of things. I've got some friends out there that I know watch. And I would not say your name, but I'm going to get really, really close. I've had people that have slept on my couch. And as much as I like to talk, I've let them talk for 4 or 5 hours. Because that's what they needed. But it did them good. Not only were they surprised that, Blake can sit there and be like, what? He talks some sense. If you ask me questions, but did I talk like I do now, like me? No, I didn't. Had no reason. These people called me wanting to be like, hey, can I come talk to you? It's been a minute. Yeah. They say that these psychologists define depression, and they define depression, and because they went to school for this stuff, and I don't have an issue, but I have things with. But it's weird. People are telling you what it is when they actually had to learn what it is, but somebody eventually had to find out what it is and find it and define it. But they realized it was common for everybody. It's an extreme sadness or despair that lasts for more than days. It interferes with activities of daily life. There's things that people, it's physical symptoms, it's pain, weight loss, or weight gain. Weight gain happens. Look at him, look at her, look at, what do they think they're doing? Look, they're gaining weight. You don't know when somebody's depressed. Oh, what they're just fine. I hate that word. But people use that F word, Sleeping patterns, disruptions, and lack of energy. Doesn't mean just because you look at somebody, whether they lost a lot of weight, oh, they're on drugs, or look at them, they're all over the place. Oh, they must be on some kind of drugs, or, oh, I wish I had their energy. They're doing it because they're on. No, some people just get expressive because they don't want you to feel the way they do. So they know when talking to somebody, it's important. Don't judge people is a good way. Depression is real. Takes me on to just a little bit here. Let's just move on. Just right here. Respect people. Another good a family member wrote me and said, hey, we're getting old, but talk about respect. I know you can find something with this. Yeah, I can. Respect is getting lost. Everybody lives in this world where if they can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, he can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. They can. I don't. Respect. I think respect is one of these things that should be, well, if you give me respect, I get it. It is. You can say it's earned. It is if you're in a situation where you think, I am. Like if you're a lieutenant and somebody's here, and then at the same time, but me, I treat, and you've seen this. I think it was like meant for people like me because I even heard this growing up. I think it was just an adage growing up. But I give the same respect to the janitor as I do the CEO. You see what I'm saying? That respect doesn't change because you're here or I'm here or you're here and here. Now I might have to, put my foot down or up someone's ass because of my title. It's my show, I can say that. But I'm not trying to be mean. I would just be, my title is, if I was a doctor, if I was, a lawyer, or a judge, for instance, or something like that, a title, then that's just respect. That doesn't mean like, well, just because you're that, I ain't giving it to you. I don't... Respect your elders. Respect them even if they don't respect you. Now, I'm not saying if somebody of any age come over, older than you, and slapped you, stand there. Now, if it really didn't hurt, walk away or say something, do something. But restraining is different than, like, fighting. I don't think people... There's some martial arts in there. I'm not even going to... Just element of surprise for people is what you need, I believe, for people. But the respect that we have, like holding the door... It's funny that my it was my cousin that wrote me and told me this, talk about respect, which, once again, thank you, man. I just talked to my kid the other day, my oldest, at 16, and I'm like, I'm reading online where they're like, guys don't open doors, people don't say yes ma'am and no ma'am. There's not a law that says you have to do these things, but it's the hatefulness that comes when that's not there. Now, some people just don't think about it. I get that. Like, I wasn't raised, and some people turn around without even ever being raised that way and be like, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to shut the door in your face. But for the most part, the respect of just knowing to be respectful, I don't know. It's more of a disrespect. Like, you don't have to be taught to not bump into somebody or watch where you're going or mind your business. And see, all this I can talk about and mean it negative. I don't mean negative. It's that, see, it's hard for me to talk about respect, like your P's and Q's. I went out to eat the other day. I went out to Texas Roadhouse. Yes, I did that. And, when I was waiting, they said, it's going to be like a half-hour wait, 25 minutes, half-hour wait. And I'm like, you know what? I'm already here. We're here. We all agreed. We went out as a family, and which we go every week. I'm lying. We try to go. And but anyway, the thing is, we go out to dinner, and as I'm waiting, I'm talking to an older couple. They walked up. We're waiting. We're sitting down on a bench, and I noticed there's not many places to sit. Well, my wife and I and my 3 kids instantly get up. And we're like, here, sit here. And they're like, no. I'm going to sit here. And I insisted, like, you sit here. It's fine. I said, it's fine. I don't need to sit down. I got 3 kids. I'll probably be running after them anyway. It's fine. Well, they're not that bad. And we start talking. She finally takes the seat. And we sit there, and her and I... Now, I don't know her age. Lord forbid me. I'm not good with age, but she was an elder, beautiful, awesome, very cool elder. I don't mean none of this to be bad. Those who know me know I have a place for the heart for the elders. They know that. They know that. So I had a ton of respect for her, but she was white-headed, so she was older. Husband was beside her. I never did really talk to him, but he was really cool. He had a cane, and so he's sitting there with his cane listening to me, and they were talking to me, or she was. And he was beside her, agreeing and talking, as we were conversating. And one of the things that came up was simply respect, the lack of respect. And I think somewhere along the lines, due to me not wanting her to stand, I didn't mean it like, you can't stand up, you lazy. I don't think she did either, but that's not how I mean it. I just meant like, whoa, you're older than me. I'm younger. I see them shuffling in here. I see them here. It's the elder. I don't know how to explain it. You just do it like you hold the door. So we get to talking about essentially that. And it's so hard. And, the advice that I got from her was, and I've heard it before, but to hear it, like right here beside me, to hear it was, in life, essentially, to sum it all up and to highlight our conversation, she says, it's over before you know it. Have respect, be kind. We need more of it. But also you can have some come to Jesus meetings at the same time. So that lack of respect, like, and I sit there and I got to think, even if she's 70, if she's like 80, no matter what she was, I did not give her age ever. I want y'all to understand. Go back and listen to what I'm saying. See that, like, right there's respect. It was one of these things like, okay, let's just say we're 30 years difference. I'm 40. I'm just saying, let's just say, theoretically, that she was 70. Let's just go back 30 years. She's my age, almost my age, what I am now, and then I look back, and then she's telling me do this and do that, and this is what you do, and this is what you don't do, and this is what people should be doing, but at the same time, you lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, and we're talking. We didn't say those, but I'm just, this was a 25-minute conversation, so I'm summoning this up. And it was that lack of respect in this conversation that led her to tell me, this is what should be done. This is the way you should live. Young people today don't know. And I said, I understand. I said, I'm 40 years old. When you're my age and you're talking the way you're talking, I agree. And I went on to say I wasn't raised like many 40-year-olds. I said I had done things in a garden. I picked my own groceries. I remember washing them at my grandma's house and playing in the yard all day at my grandma's. And that evening, eating what I picked because she prepared it all day. And she's like, oh, yeah. I grew up, getting they call them switches, I think, to be nice. No, I got my ass whipped with a hickory. I had to go pick my hickory, take the leaves off of it, come up. And people, that's abuse. Let me tell you something. It's kind of what I told her without the excitement. I learned my lesson, and I'm learning. I could use my ass whip today with some hickories from the elders. I'm not afraid to tell you that. Guys, respect is a good thing. The reason I talked about depression and respect tonight was because not only did the followers, my family and a friend, write me, and that's by the way, I chose that because that was one of the first I saw, and I was like, I'm going with that unless I see something else, and now something I'm like, I need to go with it because this is important. Depression and respect and depression can be the same. Like, if you got one, it can help the other. And then if you don't have one, it can't help the other. We'll talk about that later, but self-respect and depression, I believe, are, Guys, I hope you got something out of tonight's episode. I hope that it treats you good. I'm glad that I had the chance to talk. It's been a while since I've done a lengthy episode, but there's just so many things that I could keep talking about, and I need somebody here with me to talk to now. Like the guest, we're going to get them back. I'm going to get on scene. I got people, I don't know, where I'm going to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing. 137? I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh! See these mugs? You guys see this stuff? Right here, I think the sticker's right there. I don't have the shirt on or anything like that, but we got a coffee mug. What a way to say it. Now this is the early one. This one is one of these ones that I use, but my son liked it. You see that? That was made by my wife. It needs to be washed, but what a way to show it off. I did this one. I wrote on this one myself. If you would like a personalized mug from me for my show or my wife and our website, please give me a message and let us know, for real. My wife does custom stuff. At least she'll tell you all about it. And it's vinyl, and it's on cups and shirts, and you can, once again, be custom. You can have your name, your team, your high school team. We don't even know you. Write me. Let me know. Jones Collaboration. Find me on Facebook. Please. It's my wife and I and my daughter, and we're all just come together, and we're just making stuff to sell, and we're also customizing stuff for people, so give that a shot. Guys, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, and I really, once again, think that there's one person I know that really got a message out of this, even if you're just seeing this even a year later, let me tell you something. I love you for existing. You are loved, and you are somebody. Guys, with that being said, right now, after 32 minutes It's time. Love, peace, chicken grease. Later, guys.